Good morning, everyone, and welcome. We're so happy to be with you here today. Our class is Introducing Matrix New Map, the beta version, and user experience. I'm Connie Nieto here with,
Christy Dunnies. Good morning, guys.
and we're so excited as your Miami trainers to provide you this glimpse into the new beta version of Matrix. To get you started, I'm going to go ahead and switch. That was our antitrust policy that was there for you. My screen here is showing your Miami Realtors page. As you all know, to get started, you must come in, Miami Realtors, click on your Miami Gateway. That will bring you to your resource panel once you go ahead and put your access info, and then you click into CoreLogic Matrix. And this is the classic version of CoreLogic that you see here on screen. One of the things that I want you to notice is that you have here on your dashboard the news and alert. You can easily drag and move items around, right? Including your external links. You can set it up the way you want, move items from one place to the other, just by dragging, etc. Once you have contacts, you can see recent contacts that may have worked with you. You can see your listings, your favorite searches, market watch, etc. So you can also come in now and change the font size to smaller or bigger to accommodate, right, how you would like to see Matrix. So when you switch on the upper right-hand corner into your hello area and you switch from classic mode into the beta version, here you go to the new dashboard, and this is the look and feel of this new dashboard. Expand, right, and collapse. You can see recent contacts in use and also expand and collapse. You see your favorite searches. You can also come and change the text size to accommodate. I can also see the search area, all of the external links. I have a dashboard area on the upper left-hand corner where I can click through, and this would be any activity from auto emails that we would see here. And I also have an edit dashboard area here on the side, an edit dashboard area, where I could come in and click to edit the dashboard. And I could move around and relocate something that I would want maybe to come a little further, and I can see how changes start to affect. I can move my favorite searches. I can turn on or off anything that I would not like to see. So let's say maybe I wanted to turn off my concierge, maybe remove the Matrix Learning Lab, right? And I can do that, come in, and it will change my dashboard. So you have the facility now to not only refresh, but also edit your dashboard and remove and leave the items that you would like and put them in the order that you would like to see them by simply clicking and dragging through. One of the new things about the dashboard is that. Next up, I want to show you that if you did not like this and you want to switch to your old version, you simply click on hello and can come right back to the classic dashboard view. So again, you can have it the way you like and switch into your new beta version. When I go into the new dashboard, before I do, I want to show you your My Matrix area. If I click on My Matrix and let's say on contacts, this is how I view the contacts. If I click in and I do auto emails, this is the old version and view of the auto email. I can come back to my matrix and see my sent emails, right? So let's see what it looks like in our new dashboard, in our new version. I'm going to come back and switch again on the very top from classic mode to the new dashboard. Switch over to that new dashboard. And here I now can come to my matrix and I can click on contacts. And the view is very much the same. I think this has been updated. But we want to let you know that you can select a view. You can click on actions and export, set as an active or active. You can delete. You can also come and add and import. You can view them in gallery mode if you had not seen these before. We can also come to My Matrix, right? And click on the auto email. And in this new version, it looks a little different. It's a little larger, right? I can come into each of these and click down on the drop down. And from here, I can open it in one home if I'd like to and view it in one home, how they would be seeing it. So this is my one home search. I can come back into Matrix and I can go ahead and resend the welcome in case they have not received it. I can also delete or disable directly from here. A new button, this disable button here. Before you would have to click onto the settings and enable and disable your auto email. Or you can click on disable here and make sure to proceed. And now you have disabled, right, the search. You can also come in and click to delete if you wanted to, and you would click to proceed. So two ideas, a little different from before. Now coming back here into the My Matrix area, let's take a peek at the save searches. Save searches as well look a little different. You can come and click through, see the settings and criteria, the results. Of course, select a market update, right? And you can select the run date. You can also come in to one of your searches and do the same. You can choose to delete and proceed with your delete. So maybe sometimes you want to come in and maybe clean some things up, etc. You can sort the last run, right? So let's say I wanted to make it right up here and I wanted to see, I have some things from 2015. And I can come in here and select all, narrow selected, etc. I can also come and sort. So let's say I wanted some for a specific customer. I can search and see the customer's info here. I can also do a search for 1 month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, and a year. So the way that you could filter and search is so much better. I could get market updates if I wanted to. So I have to check the items I like and get market updates. I can run my market update. Let's say I want to last run until now, run the update. And now I have how many additional ones are available. I can simply click through, right? And I can see that market update for the area. See that I have not sent it, select it, and then of course run down and send or any of the items that I would like to do for my customer. Let's come to my matrix and let's see something else. Maybe we can see the My CMA and see the new look. Looks the same as before. The My Listings looks the same as before. So no changes there. You would just select and do what it is that you would need to do. And then if we come into carts, you would see the carts are a little different. I'm going to go ahead and click here on my Christy Gables rentals, right? I can come and look at the settings, look at the results, and actually delete the car and proceed to delete. So here are some quick changes and differences, right? And always reminding you that you can still come in, click through, and switch into your classic mode. So here a little demonstration on what's new as far as the dashboard and your My Matrix area. Now I'm going to hand it off to Christy, right? Because I'm sure she's going to give you some vital information. So I'll stop my share and take it away, Christy.
That was a wonderful review of everything that they have available within the new dashboard. Now, the dashboard is available to you guys to use. It is available in the top right-hand corner where you have your name. You can toggle from classic to new and back to classic whenever you are ready. You can go ahead and look into that option. Now, another detail that we want to discuss in today's class is going to be the portion that comes with the map search. Now, up at the top, right next to My Matrix, you have your search function. Underneath that search function, you have where it says New Map Search Beta. Have any of you already clicked on the new search or the new map search beta? If you've already clicked on it, say, I did. And if you have not, say no. We're going to do that together. I'm going to go ahead and click on New Map Search Beta. This is going to give me access to the new map. So at this time, they are combining for you the search criteria with the map and the results towards the bottom. We'll be talking about how you can create your filters. Most of the functions of everything that you can do are going to be on the top right-hand corner of the screen, where you can find functions like print, save, and send. Now, if you do not like this and you clicked onto it and you're like, no, no, too soon, too much, you always have the option to switch back. So I want to show you how you can switch back right away so that if you want to jump in and jump back out, that is an option for you. So as I click on search, you can always click right back down into RE1, RE2, single family condo, and this will give you the classic view of your system. Now, in every one of your search options, we do have a tab on the top that says try our new map search, which is currently in a beta. So what does beta mean? So during the time that this is in beta, they are still working on the functions. They are still streamlining all of it, but it does function and it is available for you to start using right away. Clicking on try our new map search beta will also take you back to this initial screen. All right, what are some of the functions that I have? Up at the top, I have my property types. I can click on the drop down arrow and I can choose whichever search type that I'd like. So we have your RE1, RE2, residential income. There's our residential land, boat, and docks. Here's our rental, our land searches, our commercial improved industrial search. We have our business, our cross property search, as well as our agent search available here. So for example, let's say I am interested in a rental, RNT residential rental. Underneath, I have three icons. I have a little eraser. If you are familiar, this is your clear function. So the little eraser will allow me to clear my search so I can start again. This is typically found on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen in the classic view. You also have the ability to set or clear defaults. If you're not aware, or maybe you haven't seen this function, let me move over into the classic so I can show you. Moving into search, RE1, RE2, this is our classic view. Now, typically you have active coming soon and active with contract as a default on your screen. If I wanted to update this and only search for active, I would deselect coming soon and active with contract. This gear underneath results allows me to set or clear defaults. So anytime that I get into this search, by default, this is what's going to be available on my screen, just an active search. I would click on set currently selected search criteria as my starting default, and this will allow me to begin with active. If I move back into my classic, if I move from my classic back into my new beta search, that is the function of this icon here. It looks like a little floppy disk, which is to set your default. For example, I want to uncheck active with contract, uncheck coming soon, and set this as my currently selected default criteria. On the right-hand side, you have the ability to customize search fields. So what does that mean? This will allow me to add what we recognize as an additional field. If you're not familiar with that function, let me show you in the classic and then I'll show you in the new dashboard. Hovering over search, moving into the RE1, RE2, if I wanted to add something in addition to my search, I would scroll on to the bottom. We would find additional fields and we have add remove as an option. This will allow me to click and I have my available fields that I can choose from. Clicking on add in the middle and then clicking back and then scrolling down, and they'll always be available for me to use in my search. I just added the number of interior levels. It is available here. If I wanted to do that in the new version, search new map search beta, that's what this icon is all about. It's a little gear and it says customize search fields. This will allow me to click on it. And these are all of the rental fields. I am either able to review what I currently have on the left, status price, MLS number, type of property. what my defaults are. I can also customize them fully to my liking. I can clear all and decide how I'd want to add each one. And then on the right-hand side, we see everything that is currently available to add. You can either choose to search. So here's my filter. So I'm going to type in the word fee, and I'm interested in if there's an application fee, if there's a pet fee, and then I can click on save at the bottom. And those two additional fields will now be part of my initial search. Another option, let's go ahead and click back on the customizing search fields. I also have the option to remove. So any of the little X's that you click on, you can also work your way through the search, deselecting anything that you wouldn't like to remove from your search. Clicking on the X. So far, we're familiar with our property types and our three icons towards the top. We can then move down and choose our filters. We have all filters available here. We have it on active so far. We do have an active date. So what does that mean? That'll allow me to search what has just hit the market today? What has just hit the market in the last 7 days, in the last 2 weeks, in the last month, in the last quarter, well, in the last 3 months, or in the last 6 months. I can also create a range. So if I wanted to click on calendar, you can search and create a range as well. Clicking on the X. We have our price point, so you can add in the minimum price point and the maximum price point. I do have the thousands attached here. I can deselect, and this is a rental. And I can say, well, for my minimum, I'm going to do, well, for my maximum, I'm going to do 10,000. Typically, we would have to learn the plus or the minus in the system. On the top, it's showing me that I'm looking for under 10,000. Moving on down, I can search by MLS number, and I can also choose my property types. So I have the options. Let's say I'm looking for a single family home. I'll check that off and apply to the search. On the top, you can always toggle between or not. And then we have our styles. I'll go ahead and select single family annual and apply that search. Moving on down, we have our waterfront property, yes or no, our waterfront descriptions, do we like a pool, our amenities for our rental, and then we have our bedrooms, full baths, half bath, and garage spaces, all with their minimum and maximum, which could make it very easy for us to search, no longer having to add a plus or minus to that. So I'm going to do a 3-bedroom, 2-bath under 10,000. And as I move down, we also have our garage spaces, our living area. We can search by address. That's going to be available under street numbers, street direction, street name, and unit details. We have area, county, municipal code, township, and zip code. So if you'd like to add in a zip code, you may. Subdivision, development, complex, or legal description. Moving on down, we have subdivision number and city. Clicking on the city, we'll go ahead and select one of our cities, or on the top where it says filter, we can go ahead and type that in, making our selection and applying that detail. Now, as we apply details to our search, our map is working, showing us what our availability is in the area so that we have both the filtering options as well as the visual of the map. As I move on down, here are my additional fields that we added together, whether there is an application fee or a pet fee. We do have our map. Now, within the map, I can go ahead and zoom in. As I click on a particular property, I can choose, and our view of that property is nice and big. Initially, in the old view, you got an MLS number with some additional details. From the map view, you get to see all of the pictures, our price, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, size, style, and remarks. We have our MLS number to enter a full page, or the view details at the bottom to review the full page. I can close my summary at the top. Do you like the preview? So far, between the fields, additional fields, and what we're adding, How do you guys feel about the new search? Do you like the combination of map and filters?
They're asking Christy about property history.
Well, we would have to select one of the properties to review property history, and we will get there soon. Moving on down, how else can I view the properties? Well, you do have the option of removing this map. You can click on the three lines. This will allow me to pull this upward, and I have different views of the properties. I can either choose a list view, which is the view we are most comfortable with. I can even push back my search fields. And on the right-hand side, aside from list view, we have a grid view, and you have the full property page. You can make selections. And with my selections on the top right-hand corner, I can choose to print.
They're asking if you could show it again.
Of course. Let's unselect and go to the original page. So far, what have we done? We have filtered, we have added additional fields, and we got to know our three icons at the top. Now, how can I further customize my page? We hid our search fields. We viewed property to see a property view on the map. And we also lifted our map up and out of the way, selecting the three dots. For a more classic view. And we also experimented with how are the different ways that I can see these properties. You have your list view, you have your thumbnail, and you have your full view. Within the full view, I did have a question regarding history. It is a little icon here. It's spelled out for us. It says history, and I can click on that tab. And anything that has happened with a particular property, you can find here. Any changes. As I click on listing, you will have the initial information about your properties. Icons at the top that we would normally find are available towards the middle of the page. Location information, general information, remarks, additionals, rental history, agent office details are all the same. At least when it comes to order, you can break it down by rooms, photos, tax roll information. So instead of having to pick a tax roll, meaning instead of selecting IMAP or Realist, they are combining that information right into the property page so that you can view. We saw history. You've got parcel map. So you can see the size and the dimensions of that property. You have your flood map with a map view. You have your neighborhood information on its separate page, giving you access to transport, amenities, education, character, and nature information. You've got your demographics.
That's all local logic info, correct?
That is all
Added
local.
in.
Yes, ma'am. You've got your flood map twice. Remember, this is in beta. You've got your open house details. If there was an open house, you can review. Another key element is going to be any foreclosure information. If the owner has had any, that information will be highlighted for you here. And then supplements, think of supplements as additional, supplements are the uploads, your attachments. So instead of having the little papers between the icons, it has its own space, which are the attachments. Moving on back into the grid view. All right, so I'm going to make a few selections. This so far has been my favorite view. I think it looks very good. I'm going to select 3 and I'm going to go ahead and decide to send these out. So I do have the option to send it out in an email. I'm going to click on email. Once I click on email, who would you like to send it to? You can either create a new contact, or if you have the person on your or inside of your address book, you can select subject. Let's go ahead and move Connie to the Gables. Lovely homes to consider. And then clicking on send, we went ahead and we sent out that email. What else can I do? Clicking on send. Aside from email, you do have your auto email. Let's give that a click. Now, your auto email, nice and available, top right-hand corner. I can go ahead and set this up either by creating a new contact or by adding in a consumer from my address book. We have your welcome message that is editable. We also have your recurring message, letting our customer know this is the save search that I've created for you so that they can opt in. We do have language. If I wanted to switch it from English to Spanish, I can, and it does do the full translation. The criteria, I can click on the criteria information to preview and just verify that what I am searching is what I'd like to send out. And regarding options, you do have your blind carbon copy. So if you wanted to receive a copy, you can. By default, all our consumers are on reverse prospects. You can add this as a favorite search on your dashboard, and you can also enable the concierge mode from your options. So very neat. Clicking on send, and we have gone ahead and sent out an auto email. Let's go ahead and continue searching. Clicking on send. So far, email felt good. Auto email felt good. We're going to share the link. This is if you'd like to send property in a link view. You can click on generate link. Here's the link that's available for me. And I can go ahead and send that out to a customer. I'll go ahead and open it up in a separate tab so you can see. It'll pop them right into one home. And if I wanted to text or send property via a link, you do have the option to do so. Now, what application do we recommend they use, Connie, instead of sharing a link?
MLS Touch.
Yes. Please take MLS Touch. It is a wonderful class. Do we have any MLS Touch classes coming up this month?
Several. This month is mobile month coming up. May is mobile month. You will have access to all of our mobile device classes in English and in Spanish. Be sure to take advantage of them. Several of them on Zoom and of course in person.
Thank you, Connie. Under our send, we went ahead, we sent out an email, we did an auto email, we did a share link. Now, this is a learning curve. We're learning the new dashboard, but for new people, I think for new people, it may be easier for them to pick up the functions of Matrix. The views are nice and clear. All of the actions are on the top right-hand corner, and they don't have to learn about the plus or minus sign. What do you think about the new dashboard, Connie?
To me, it allows you to view it in many different ways. It allows you to make it yours. And I just like that it's bigger, better. And this option of the pictures resembles a little bit of RPR and views that we had in the past. So for our seasoned realtors that have been around for 8, 10 plus years, this might be a glimpse into what we used to have and they longed for. And I, of course, love the way you explained.
Thank you, Connie. Moving up into the save, we also have the option of creating a new save search. So clicking on new save search will allow me to do just that. Let's go ahead and give it a name, 2025. We can assign a customer. We can also add it to our dashboard and we can save it. All right. Now, whenever you save a search, you do have options that will be available to you. They are now highlighted in yellow. So it's a little easier to see. You have the option to select a favorite. So what does this mean? This is my pick. It is the ability for you as a real estate agent to highlight a particular property for a consumer, allowing them to see that this is your agent pick for them. So you would click on the little star. You can also choose to unselect it. They would be able to see this in their One Home portal. Okay, so we have some questions about the type of views that are currently available for us to send. Now, since One Home has been available, the only view that a customer receives will be a customer view. Why? Because we are sending it into a customer portal. So there is no other option available. Now, if you decided to print, in the print option, since it is a manual function and we are not sending it into a particular portal, the print option does have different views, but the send option does not. So we have our select print format. As you move on down, you do have here your agent full. You also have your client multi-row, your client 8 photo, your client full. This is available when you are printing, but anytime you are sending an email through the function of Matrix, it will only be sent out as a client view, unless you decide, of course, to print and select a different function, which will allow you to download as a PDF as well. So here they are, they're under the print.
This I love, 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 love. Did you see that print little drop down menu? Big, nice, impressive, easy, selects various, lets you select from the yours as well. Did you see all those mine up there? Love, 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 love.
Very easy to see, a lot of nice white space. The text is bigger and clearer.
So let's see that chat light up. Do you like this new version?
Let's see. Yes, we've got some fans of the new version.
And the best thing is, you can still switch back.
Yes, you can.
Because that's one of the things that we want you to know. One of you did ask, are we going to keep the classic version? And it's like we promised you guys that we would post and share info if we hear any word of there being a huge switch, you know, that we like to communicate it. I asked you guys to follow us on social media, right? Because we populated this class on social media, and some of you even said yes, that you signed up because you saw it on the trainer page or on one of our pages. So of course, we would always try to keep you posted, but this new view, it looks bigger, looks better. I think it's easier for us to manage. This will be recorded, and it is being recorded, and we're gonna repeat it in Spanish this afternoon, and we're gonna ask the editing fairies to make sure that they post it up onto the YouTube channel as quickly as possible. So if you do not follow us on YouTube, please do, and we will also be posting it to Miami Realtor Live once we get it up. So if that either format is what you like to use, so you could see this again.
Amazing. So I see that we have some fans of the new portal and the new dashboard and the new map. We can select more than one, right? We were able to select our picks. We're also able to see exactly when we sent out that email. We can add in notes. Our notes are available for us to add. We're also able to click on the full property page. And as we move over to the right, you have your list price, sales price, address, subdivision information. You can click on subdivision complex and you can still organize it the way you would normally organize it, whether you wanted to do that by alphabetical order for the subdivision complex information, whether you wanted to sort through your listing price, bedrooms, baths, square feet, you can still do that. Your design, and towards the end of your role, you still have access to Realist, you have access to IMAP, you have access to showing time if applicable. You also have showing time and your virtual tour. Now I have interior information, okay to advertise, original list price, remarks are all here as well. So they have added additional functions for the initial result grid. On the top, where you see this little gear, it says customize display fields. You are able to add in addition information you'd like to use to customize your grid. So if you'd like to add anything else, you could go ahead and select it from that gear. Agents, email address, amenities, either save as new or save. Save as new is if I wanted to create a new dashboard or a new result grid, or I can simply add it during that time. Now, you also have the option to either expand or restore your map. I can click on these three lines. We can roll on down and you do have your map functions. Now I can zoom in a little closer. And the map is much larger. Normally our map is cut off around here, but you do have the option of your legends and all of the colors. So what does everything mean? Favorites, disliked, checked, or selected, what has been emailed, highlighted, or if there's multiple listings in an area. We did not have that before. Your layers still exist. Here are all of your boundaries that you can toggle on or off. You have your MLS statuses, nice and big and available for you to preview. Your tax data, distressed properties that you can find in the area, parcel characteristics, trends, as well as points of interest that you can toggle on using your layers. You can recenter your search. You can jump to a particular location. You can choose either my default location where I'm currently, or if you have any set as default. If you'd like, you can add in another area and search to create that pin that we're familiar with. You also have the option of measuring. So you do have a ruler. Let's go ahead and zoom into one of our properties here. All right, and how long will it take me to get, or how far is it from downtown? You can select a property and you can measure. All right, and they'll give you an idea. This is going to be around 4 miles. So you do have your measure option and your ruler. Delete shape. And right from the map, you can also set up auto emails. Right from the map, you can also save or update your searches, which was not available before. You also have 3 lines. These are going to be your actions. So if you wanted to create a cart, this is available under the actions. You can also create statistics, and you can also choose to switch back to classic. So for example, let's say I wanted to make a cart. All of the cards that are currently available that I have created will be available here. If I wanted to make a new one, I can click on the plus sign and give it a name. Assign a customer or create one and save that card. Now, why would you need a card? A card is the ability for you to organize property. You would create a card if you are creating a showing tour. You would use a card if you are collecting properties to follow up on. For example, expireds. Another reason to have a cart would be, I guess, a showing tour, a CMA would be another good option
Cart.
for a cart.
I always think of the cart uh, that happens to me. You're looking for someone, you can't find them anything. A new customer comes in, asks you for something, and when you're searching for that other customer, you say, oh, this would be great for so and so. And you go, boom, pop it in the cart and continue doing what you need to, but have saved something for your other customer there. Because maybe you've been searching for a week or two, can't find anything. Start on a Monday doing something for someone else and go, this would be amazing. So carts is also for that customer that you've talked to, already have worked with, and you find something, oh, that would be great, and you put it in the cart. So to me, it's like our Amazon shopping cart.
Our Amazon shopping cart. I love that. Selecting these three properties. And as I select these three properties, the number changes. So it's telling me, do you want to add these three inside of the new map beta, or would you like to add them to any of the other carts that you've created for your customer? And I'm going to say, well, just go ahead and add these for me in the new map beta. So this is another way that you can use the functions of the system, being able to use your cards. All right, moving on down. Again, all new, all still in beta, all amazing between the views, the functions. There is a learning curve. And your Miami trainers, the moment that we saw it, we wanted to be able to launch it for you to be able to have access and start to learn how to use the system. We don't see a hard stop coming soon. And with that, that is the new map beta. How do I get in and out of it? It's inside of your search. The moment that you'd like to switch back out, you can do RE1, RE2, and come back to your classic. Now, this is an additional piece that I thought Connie would want to share with us.
I'm gonna go ahead and come back. As Christy was mentioning, we always like to give you a little extra. I don't know how many of you have visited your Miami Realtors page, but on that blue bar that many times you forget to take a peek at, we have a new content page. So just come to miamirealtors.com, click over to the condo, and here you have a condo resource page. Now, anytime we see something new on the website, or we see that a new class is generated, we always think, you know what? Someone's listening to what our realtors do. Here you have information from the condo summit that took place earlier this year with slides, videos, and info. You have the milestone inspection, the definition of it, the phase and forms of it, info from Florida. You have Miami-Dade County condominiums milestone inspection info. You have a section for Broward. I'm going to take a minute and copy this one, paste it into the chat. As always, we try to provide you as much information as possible, right? You have Miami-Dade County Condo HOA database, special assessment assistance, structural integrity or SIRS, right? Reserve studies year for Florida. Classes that are being offered, we just had a whole bunch in the last couple of weeks, and we have new ones coming up. And a new class that we created too as Miami trainers, but you even had your peers giving classes, condo stats and information that's available here, available on PhotoFi, available on the Miami Realtors Instagram and pages, and on the Miami trainers pages in case you wanted to repost or share. Condo financing info, including tutorials, right, on calculating budget, CPPR condo info, Freddie Mac Streamline review, and a condo questionnaire. And all of these downloadable graphics for you to use and share.
They look so good.
Right? Everything here is for you. The association creates these for you to disseminate, share, put on your social media, and more. And there are also a series of documents that are available now in formsimplicity.loop shared to transaction desk on condos. So before letting you go, a little extra tidbit if you did not know your new condo resource page. And with that, What do you think, Christy? We ready to go?
We're ready to go. If you guys want to watch the whole thing again in Spanish, it will be available this afternoon. You can always rewatch our classes on our YouTube page, youtube.com/Miami Trainers. It was awesome hanging out with you this morning. Thank you for being Miami members.
And I'll go ahead and share that YouTube channel with you just in case. If you have not subscribed, click that subscribe button. And hopefully before the end of the week, we'll have this class up for you on YouTube and on Miami Realtor Live. You guys have an excellent day. Thank you for starting out your Monday with us. Best of luck and many sales to you.